Hello guys, this is Avcoor. I know I've been away for a while, but I'm back. I'm done with school, so I'll actually be able to be more engaged with this game because it's been a while, so I'm getting back into the groove. But something interesting has come to my attention, and we have to talk about this new banner. Of course, I'm going to separate it into two separate videos, but first, let's talk about Matt and why I'm so excited. First thing I'll say about this banner, if you want to wait on this banner, that would be wise because I have it on good knowledge that there is a Sephiroth banner coming. I don't know if it's limit break or not. I don't know if it's limit break or not, but it is coming. So if you would like to wait, that's very prudent and I applaud you. But I am going to summon on this banner because I have become such a big Matt fan. And this costume has made me a bigger fan. So we'll go into the weapon itself, but I will say that this costume is more important than the weapon. So let's go into why that is. First of all, aesthetically, it's very appealing to me because this is something that we always thought Matt should have been. He's the professor. He is kind of like the combat medic. Glenn's the leader, the fighter, and Lucia is the marksman of the team. So this absolutely makes sense. And as you know, as of late, Matt has been coming into his own as one of the strongest support healers in the game and pretty much the best healer in the game. So hats off to that. Aidman's white coat is very interesting because it's doing everything that you would want it to do for Matt. First of all, this is significant. So instead of the 10 points of HP, now we're getting bumped up to 15, so you're seeing a little bit of power creep. So overall, if you compare this costume to Aerith's costume that she got on the crossover banner, she got 10 points in healing. He has 15 points in healing. So this is significant because as the content gets harder, you're going to want to build your HP as high and as fast as possible. So this is so good. This is really good. The heal, of course, is phenomenal because if you have his centipede at max investment, 120 with OB10, you actually get 62 points from that, which I have already. So this actually jumps me into the 8 bin. Just having the costume and the centipede actually jumps me into the 8 bin. And depending on what healing weapon you have for Matt, you'll either hit 4 or 5, I'm thinking. So just let me know in the comments where you're at because I am coming out with some good Matt builds because he's very excellent. So syringe rapier is good and then bad on some level. It's really good because it can both defense and physical defense, and it is at 4 ATP, so that's really good. I would rather have the two stats switch, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. So at low investment, gold rarity, level 120, you're actually getting 30 HP and buff and debuff extension. So HP and buff and debuff extension are actually strong pairable R abilities. Like I personally made a mistake by not investing into Yuffie's star weapon because it gives you HP and buff debuff extension, which is pretty potent in the new meta that is coming where you want your breaches and your buffs to last longer. So our abilities is something that you should not ignore. And when you get a pairing like this is really good. The stats are really solid, so that's okay. Defending jab has a couple of issues. First of all, like I said, you would like to have the physical defense and magic defense switch because if you did that, then you basically would have a salt gun with a buff, which is good because Matt already has a weapon that actually increases his magic defense already that you can get mid to max potency. So I find that to be an issue because this is what it does. Magic defense is increased. All allies max your current duration is 10 seconds. You extend it by 3. So you actually max out at mid at this point, but you got to get it to OB6 so you can get the high. And when your HP is above 50%, your physical defense is increased. This is really good because remember that Glenn and Aerith's weapon actually has a 5 ATB cost, and you only can max out at mid. It already does that at 4 ATB, which is super incredible. So that's not bad at all. It's actually power creep. So should you actually invest to OB6, which I plan on investing in OB6, you actually get 455 points P attack, 470 points magic attack. Kind of meh, but the heal is really good, 293. That's not bad. So now you can go to max potency on your magic defense and physical defense, which is really good. Once again, I really would have liked if the physical defense and the magic defense were switched because sometimes you will not be at 50% HP or above. So at that point, it's basically just the same as core defender. So I really have an issue with that. I wish the devs would have switched that. This would have made this weapon incredible because at its base level, it would still be assault gun, and the assault gun is really good. The problem is assault gun at OB6 actually goes to high potency automatically. You have to double tap this in order to get max potency, but the trade-off is you get to do both. And I think the meta is going to shift to a place where you would like to have physical defense and magic defense both high. So don't overlook this weapon. I stress this because I know there are better weapons coming, but we find that sometimes weapons like this that are not so flashy, but actually are more technical, actually have a lot of value in different forms of content. So don't overlook that. And don't overlook the fact that you're getting boost HP 40 points and buff and debuff extension 27 points. These are a really good pairing of stats. So it is a worthwhile investment. So let's go to max potency. Of course, it's only an extension. You do not get high here. So even on both, you'll have to double tap to get high potency, which isn't bad because the trade-off is it's not 5 ATB because if this was 5 ATB, this would be a terrible weapon, but it's 4 ATB, so it's tolerable. And you get 46 points of boost HP, which is really nice. So you're hitting the 6 bin, and if you have his costume, you're actually in the 7 bin. So that's not bad. That's really good. That's really good. And your buff debuff extension at 39 is at level 5, which is really good. So this is a really great pairing of stats, and I'll keep saying that till I'm blue in the face. But here's where it gets interesting. You actually get a cure spell all on this weapon, so it makes it very flexible and versatile. But there's a problem. Like you are actually fighting for space for three different types of weapons. So you have prime number, right? Which is the OG healing weapon for Matt. Solid, but the heal is not there, and you get Earth Resist on it. Then came Centipede, which is a lot better, but you only get 2 stacks of physical defense all on your party, and you have to do it twice. And then you have Syringe Rapier, which has HP instead of heal. Both have debuff and buff extension, so that's really good. It's just what you want, and you're going to have to decide what type of mat you're going to build. So once I start playing around with this weapon, after I do the summons, I'll start making a guide on how I perceive mat. But let's finish this video up by saying if you want to wait for the Sephiroth banner, that's fine. That's something that I think if you're just playing to win, that's what you should do. As for Dolphins, I don't think you should summon on this battle unless you have invested in a mat. You'll not get as much out of it. Maybe if you want to summon for Yuffie, that's another video that's coming up. But as for whales, you do what you want to do. You spend money. But anyways, if you like my content, hit the like, share, and subscribe. And I'm coming out with some more videos. And thank you for watching. Have a good one and laters.